How's it going, guys? Bainey here, and welcome to video 35 of how to generate an income online using Facebook ads. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the progression of conversion objectives. So what that means is where you start off. When you're first running ads, you probably want to start at your lower end of the conversion. So for instance, for an e-com store, it's a little bit different. There's two ways you can do it. Put it this way. For an e-com store, you can either start optimizing for purchases straight away, and I'll get this up in a second. I'll show you. But you can either optimize for purchases straight away, which, to be honest, for an e-com store is what I would recommend. If the costs are too expensive, then you might think about changing it to optimizing for add to carts first, then optimizing for initiate checkout, and then optimizing for purchases. But for an e-com, you could probably just start straight on purchases and just to see how it goes. But if you're not doing e-com, say you've got a funnel, you've got some sort of lead magnet, you're a building company and you want people to go to your contact page and fill out a form on your contact page or something like that, we want to start at the first event that they're going to come to, which is usually like a page view or a view content or something like that, and then we want to work our way up. So for an example, to make it easy, I'm just going to pull up my brother's account and I'll show you how we did it on his. He's a builder, and he's got it's like a funnel sort of. It's just his basic website. On his website, he's got a contact page, and on the contact page, he's got a form they fill out, and then they click submit. So it's sort of a funnel, very basic one. But the very first thing we want to do is we want to optimize for a content view. And so the content view is one of the first events that will get triggered once someone's landed on the website. So what that looks like is when we're setting up the ad on a conversion ad, we'd go website and we would go view content. It's called a content view. So then once we've got 200 contact views, so we set up our graph so we set up our table so we can look at it like this. If you don't know how to set these up, go back to one of my earlier videos where I'll show you how to do it. And when we get 200 contact views, then we want to move on to contacts. So contacts is the event on the contact page. So once we get 200 people on the content views, which is a content views page, then we want to start optimizing for people who have visited the contact us page. And the way we do that is we simply start creating ads with the event called contact. And again, I've showed you how to set up these individually on pages in my previous videos, so go back and watch those if you haven't already. So, and then again, once we get 200 events on our contact page, that means 200 people have now visited our contact page. Then we want to move to the next step, which is leads, which is at this stage, which is our final step. And a lead is someone who fills out that form and clicks submit. So hopefully that all makes sense. And once, like I said, you just do this, you just come through here and then select lead and start making ads optimizing for leads. So the way that would work like that's for like my brother's building company. It's very basic. The way you'd probably do it on an e-com store is you just go straight to purchases. So let me pull one up for an example. So I'll pull up just an example of a e-com store. So you conversion ad, you pick website, and you'd go straight to purchases, which would be here. That's how I would recommend if you're running an e-com store or you're running ads for someone else's e-com store. Go straight to purchases. Depends on your product. You should get fairly cheap clicks straight away. Facebook just has a lot of data on a lot of purchases made through Facebook, so you should reasonably be able to get cheap clicks. But if clicks are like $3 or $4, maybe $5, if they're too expensive, you might think about coming in and start optimizing for an add to cart first. So add to cart would be your first step. You'd get 200 add to carts, then you would move on to initiate checkout. So get 200 initiate checkouts, and then potentially move straight on to purchases. I would skip the ad payment info and then I'd move straight to purchases. So that's one way you could do it. The other way, obviously, just go straight to purchases. So hopefully all that makes sense, guys. If you've got any questions, let me know. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you're following along, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me a comment below if you have any questions. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to test creatives and audiences inside of the one ad. So it's probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.